Hello to all my beautiful heart healers and all my amazing listeners. This is Harriet. I hope you all are doing fantastically today on this beautiful Saturday. I am actually sitting outside of my little house. It's not exactly in the woods, but it's very woodsy. I've got trees all over the place. I love trees so much. And it's like in the low 70s today, so the sun is shining, and it just feels so awesome. So I'm just kind of sitting outside and soaking up nature. And you may hear a cat or 3 or 5 meow or purr or whatever, because I've got 5 cats out here. And well, actually one of them is inside, and I'll tell you their names. Fluffers is inside. She's like mama cat. Well, she was, but we recently got her fixed. And we've kept 2 of her babies, Wonton and Dongo. And then I've got Grumpy. He's a little orange cat, and he always looks like he has a grumpy face, so we call him Grumpy. And then we have a Siamese named Sweet Roll. So we have another cat that she kind of hangs around, but sometimes she goes off and she goes back and forth, and her name is Silver. But yeah, so I'm out here hanging out with the cats today. Nico's inside, and I have another little dog named Honey, and she mostly stays outside. But she's an old girl too. She's about 12 years old, but she's still going strong. She loves it outside, and she likes to dig for moles, and good little watchdog. So yeah, we're just all chilling. My hubby had to go watch his mom and dad's dogs at their house, and I didn't really have anybody here to watch mine, so I said, okay, well, I'll stay with our animals here, and you go take care of, your folks out there. So it's not too far away, but I get to bring him home tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. I hadn't seen him in a week. But yeah, so it's just me and the fur babies. So there's no telling what you're going to hear me talk about. No, I'm just kidding. We are getting ready to set Christmas next week. I think y'all might remember me talking about Halloweenmas a few weeks ago. And we've got a lot of our Halloween stuff is thinning out. We've got it moved and getting ready to set Christmas next week. And y'all, I cannot believe that next month is already Thanksgiving. It's just like, in one way, it's been a long year, and in another way, it's like, where did it go? So, and it's been a stressful year too. I mean, last year was stressful in its own right, and this year hasn't really been much better. So, here's hoping. Here's hoping that next year will be the start of things being better for everybody. And in times like this, it is so important to lean on what we're going to talk about in today's topic, which is the power of kindness. Because people are they're so stressed. And, it's really hard to keep your positivity up when you're surrounded by so much negativity. Especially if you just turn on the news, that's enough to do it right there. Or pick up your phone and see the news feed on your tablet, or whatever. It's constantly there. And yes, we are surrounded by it, but sometimes we just have to kind of like not be an ostrich with our head stuck in the sand, but try to focus on more positive things than on the negative, because us worrying about it isn't going to change it, and all it does is just kind of bring us down along with it. But where I was going with that was that when people are in the state that they're in, it's like it's very easy to forget about the power that kindness has. And it's even more important for those of us who do try to stay mindful of being in that positive place, trying to be that light and bring positivity to other people. It's more important than ever for us to do that. And I'll tell you right now, there's going to be a lot of times when you are probably the only positivity around, or almost the only. And you might feel like your little light is just being squashed. But keep going, you can do it. You can do it, because I know you have a lot of light and a lot of love to give, and you just basically, you have to keep on keeping on. And sometimes I think that for a lot of us, that's probably really our big mission here. And it's one of those things that it seems so simple and so easy, but it's really not, because in some ways it's like it's a no-brainer. It's like, yeah, you should be positive and loving and show love and kindness to people. It's a given. But at the same token, it's hard for a lot of people to do, especially when they're being inundated with all this terrible doom and gloom and stuff that's going on. And I can look and see where there are ways that things are getting better, and I do believe that there are a lot of forces that are trying to make us feel like things are just hopeless, and I don't feel like it's that way. In my heart of hearts, I don't feel like it's that way. But we are surrounded by a media-driven society, and there are a lot of people that they're very quick to listen to everything the media says, and you can't always do that. You have to do your own research, and you have to keep your wits about you, and mostly just kind of dig in your heels and ride this roller coaster until it runs out of gas. Ride it till it's done, and then you can get off of it and get your feet on the ground and get back to life. And I kind of think that's where we're at right now. But it is so important to, sometimes you might even have to make yourself do this, because it's easy to forget for us too. But try really hard to show that extra bit of kindness to the people in your life, the people that you meet on the street, the people that you see at the grocery store. Something as simple as holding a door for someone, or maybe one of your coworkers has, maybe they're going through some stuff, or not. Maybe you just appreciate them for who they are. Take that time to say, hey, I really appreciate you. There's a fella that I work at, and I'm going to call him out. His name's Chris, and he is so sweet about that, because he will walk by me randomly and he'll say, you're doing a great job, thank you. And I give him a thumbs up and I say, hey, you are too. It means a lot, because he's listened to some of my podcasts before, so he knows how I am about positivity and stuff like that. But he also is a very positive person, and he brings a lot of light in his own way to our workplace as well. But little things like that, and you notice how it made me laugh when I talked about it. That's what kindness does. It brings you that little spark. It brings you that smile or that laugh, or maybe someone tells you a joke, and maybe you want to, maybe you just want to go share it with people. I mean, even something simple like that. Anything that you can do to lighten the load in any way, that's that much. Even in a world full of darkness, a small light is still a light. It's better than no light at all. And sometimes that may be the only options we have, is to just be a small light. A small flickering light, because the darkness is trying to snuff it out as best it can. But we can't let that win. And we will not let that win. Because we are of the light. We are of love and light and hope. And we can never let those things die. We have to be ever vigilant, because, and yeah, I realize how this is all sounding right now, but when you think about it, it's very true. It's like we are in a war of light and dark, good and evil. So you have to just make that decision that you're not going to let the bad guys win. We're not going to let them win by stomping our morale down or by discouraging us. Sometimes you have to stir up your own encouragement. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So when you go that extra mile and you tell that person you appreciate them, or maybe you want to do something like, say you're at McDonald's, and if you've got a little bit of extra money, say, hey, I want to put like $5 towards that next person that's behind me, towards their meal, or I want to pay for, like, find out how much their stuff is, and if you've got it to cover it, surprise them, and be that person that pays it forward, and you will encourage other people to pay it forward as well when you do that. And kindness is like a wildfire, a good, beautiful wildfire. Because once you set off that chain reaction, it will continue, because there's something about kindness that is catching. And when think about the last time someone did something kind for you, how it made you feel. It makes your heart feel light and happy. And it makes it just, some people would say that it opens that heart chakra up, however you view that. But that's how it makes me feel. And it just encourages me so much. And it's like, I want to go do something for somebody too. And it kind of reminds me, I don't know if y'all will remember this or not, but a long time ago, there used to be a shampoo commercial. And it showed a girl, she was washing her hair, and she was talking about, like, how good the shampoo was or whatever. And it said, and she'll tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. And that's what it makes me think of. It's kind of like kindness is its own superpower. Because when you're kind to someone else, and then they're going to go be kind to someone else, and you have no idea who you're influencing that day. You don't know, what you've done for them, and what they in turn are going to go do for someone else. And especially in this day of how we are all connected, with the internet and various social media platforms and things like that, there really is no limit to who we can touch, who we can speak to, what we can do, whether, it's donating to a charity or helping a friend out, or being, like I've said many times before, being a listening ear, or, just doing whatever you can to help somebody, And I want to really encourage you to look for those opportunities where you can insert yourself to be a blessing to someone, no matter how big, how small. If you know what kind of soft drink somebody likes, say you work with somebody and you know that, they love, Coke or Pepsi or Mountain Dew or Diet Dr. Pepper or water, juice, whatever they like. Go surprise them. Go get a drink, even if you don't have money for yourself for a drink. If you don't have money for both of you to have a drink, get a drink for your friend. Or a person who's not a friend. And say, surprise them with it. Say, I know that we're probably going to have a rough day today, or I know things have been tough lately or whatever, and I just want you to know that I see what you do and I appreciate you. Simple as that. And give them that drink. And they're probably going to look at you like, wow, but their heart is just going to be like so touched. And plus, you've saved them money of going to get a drink themselves. But, just something simple like that. The kinds of things that I'm talking about aren't difficult to do. I've written little notes and left them at various people's desks. Just be like, hey, thanks for everything. Happy Monday. Smiley face. Whatever. Just little stuff. just to be an encouragement. It's fun to do. It'll make you feel good. And it'll make the other person feel good too. So, kindness is just so super amazing. And it's really so easy to do. And it's underrated. The power that is in a simple smile or a simple gesture of appreciation and encouragement. So, I guess that's really all I have to say today. I'm sitting here looking at the sunshine through the leaves and the trees, and it has such a calming, energizing effect on me. And I just, I'm watching my cat play with my wind chimes. I wish y'all could see that. It's just the cutest thing. But I just want you all to know how much I appreciate you, and I love every one of you guys. And I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. And there's been a few times when I've wondered if, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I've done it enough. Maybe I've got enough episodes up. I mean, you can only talk about things so much, and I've talked about a lot. But when I start to feel that way, then it's funny, because there's a lot of times I've gotten a little note of encouragement in my email or whatever from various ones of you. And it's kind of like that's a confirmation to me to just keep going, that y'all are enjoying it. And I'm not done yet. But I really, really think, too, that our mission on this earth, some people here are here to do great things. And that's wonderful, because a lot of these people have some heavy responsibilities and some big shoes to fill. And they are getting it done. They are whooping ass and taking names. But most of us are probably not going to do big, great things. And we can't look at it as, okay, and I'm speaking just as much for myself right now as I am to anyone else, because I know I feel that way. Sometimes I feel like, who am I? I'm not doing anything. I mean, I'm going to work every day. I'm paying my bills. I'm coming home at night, going to bed, getting up, going to work in the morning. And, I want to encourage you that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I want to tell you, too, that, if you're not like a doctor or a nurse or a lawyer or someone who's maybe able to live out their life stream of actively being able to help people as part of your job, because I know ideally that's a wonderful thing to do, but we can't all do that. So you have to remember, though, that unless you want your job to define you, your work does not. Your work is what you are doing so that you can be the person that you're called to be. Now, if you're called to be someone in a wonderful healing profession or law or justice, something like that, then that's different. And I'm happy for you if you are. But if you're like me and you're just a little old girl working in a retail store, you feel like you're not doing much of anything, don't feel that way. Or, you're a guy working in a fast food joint and you're flipping burgers. You're like, I'm flipping hamburgers. What am I doing? No, don't feel that way. You are doing what you have to do to pay your bills, to live on this earth. Because, unfortunately, it's not free. The only way you're going to get free is if you're out there living in a cardboard box somewhere and worrying about where your next meal is going to come from. And, your job does not define necessarily. Like I said, I already went over all that before, but it doesn't define who you are as a person. Even if you are, in a wonderful profession, still, don't feel like you're not locked into anything. You can do what you want, be what you want, and still never feel like you have limitations placed on you because of your profession. What you're doing now is you're paying your bills and feeding yourself, your family, your pets. You're doing what you have to do to be able to live here. That enables you to go out and go to the store and help somebody, or go talk to someone and be a light in their life, or go be a kindness. I've often thought, really your job is just what you're doing while you're living here. It's not you. It's what's enabling you to go do and be and speak and give and encourage. So I don't know if anyone would get anything out of that, but I just really felt like some of you needed to hear that. I know I need to hear it, because like I've said before, when I'm talking to you guys, sorry, I was waving away a fly. But when I'm talking to y'all, I'm speaking to myself too. And I'm just sharing things with you that things that have hit me in the heart and in the feelings and things that I just feel like need to be talked about. So that's what I talk about. I just open my mouth and out it comes. So the only planning I do for my podcasts is, I might write down an idea of what I want to talk about. If I hear a good quote or a funny joke or something like that, I'll write that down so I don't forget it. But other than that, when I'm speaking to you guys, I'm speaking to you just as if we were sitting here chatting and drinking a cup of coffee together or whatever, and just the way I would be talking to you right now. If you were sitting here right here beside me in this empty chair that my hubby usually sits in. But if you were sitting here and we were just talking and watching the cats play and watching the breeze kind of go through the trees and looking at the sunshine and talking about life, that's what you're getting when I'm on these podcasts, because that's how I think of it. Even though I don't know you, I feel like in a sense I do know you, and we're having a heart-to-heart. So alright, my lovelies, I guess I'm going to get off of here for now, but I thank you so much for listening, and I just appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. I love y'all. Hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Mwah! Love y'all. Bye-bye.